Hello everyone and welcome to today's science lesson, which is about the life cycle of flowering plants. So according to this sentence, first of all, we will understand that some plants have flower, some not. So today we're gonna learn these things. And here is an introduction. I want to tell you that by the end of this lesson, you will be able to know these things. Tell the difference between flowering and non-flowering plants, and describe the stages in the life cycle of flowering plants. Identify the parts of the flower and explain their functions. Observe and draw a flower carefully. When you say carefully, it means we can draw a flower with all the parts of the flower. We know all the parts. We will learn all of them, inshallah. Understand how flowers help plants reproduce. It means we need flower for reproducing, for having the next generation of plants. Then, flowering and non-flowering plants. Let's start. Bismillah. So, first of all, I just want you think about something. Have you ever thought that do all plants have flower? Do all of them have flower? Of course, no. I don't know, have you ever focused on not, but some plants have flower, some not. So today we're gonna mention both of them, but we will go in detail for the flowering plant and the parts of the flowering plant, the life cycle of the flowering plants. Simply, we will mention the non-flowering plants too. So now, the life cycle of flowering plant is all the change from a flower, from flowers to seeds, growing into a new plant, making flowers, and the flower becomes fruit, like this. It means all the change that start from seeds to go back, continue until it come back to the seed again. It means all the change, all the stages of the life of the flowering plant. We call all of these change that happen, we call this life cycle of flowering plant. So that's the plant life cycle. It means the flowering plant life cycle, of course, because we are talking about the flowering plants. So, and here is non-flowering plants. What do you mean when we say non-flowering plants? We mean the plant without flower. And here is the plant with a flower. We say that flowering plant. Plants without flower, we say non-flowering plants, and plants with flower, we say flowering plant. So it means the difference is so simple. Just by one non, we will make it negative. It doesn't have it. So, by the way, some plants, as I said, do not have any flowers, like mosses and fern. They do not even make seeds. So what do they make? We will study this. And also pine tree, conifers, they have corns that they contain seeds instead of flowers. So this seed become a new plant. We will mention them. We're gonna just say I said that. Mention them simply. Let's go for the flowering plant now. Some flowers have scent. Not all, guys. Not all flowers have scent. Some flowers have scent. Scent means the smell of the flower. Okay, I want to ask a simple question. Which part of the flower makes scent? Okay, by the end of the lesson, you will know all the name of all the parts of the flower. I hope you know which part of the flower make scent. So, and something else that you have to know, some flowers are big, some are small. I mean, the others are small. So some flowers are brightly and colored, while the others are plain, means like simple, doesn't have color. As we have mentioned, of course, the scent. Some flowers have scent, some not. So these are some differences between the flowers. So, and you have to know something else, that they have different ways for increasing in numbers. Their life cycle are different, flowering and non-flowering plants. So today we just focus on the flowering plants. Now I just want you to tell you, as I mentioned, that some plants do not have seeds. So what do they have? Some non-flowering plants like mosses and ferns do not form seeds. So how will they increase? If they don't have seeds, how can they increase? How can they have next generation? So instead of seeds, they have spores. It can like act like the seeds, do the same function of the seeds. It's going to increase, like grow, germinate, grow, become a new plant. Then we have new generation, right? New plant. So like the seeds. Now let's go for the life cycle of the flowering plants, which the first step is seed. A seed germinates and it grows into, it starts to grow a new plant. Then what's gonna happen to the new plant? The new plant start to grow, develop to be an adult plant. So grow, get bigger and bigger, become an adult plant. Then what's gonna happen in the third step? The plant produces flowers. So it means this adult plant produces flowers. Then what's gonna happen to of course we must have flowers, guys, because we are talking about the life cycle of flowering plant. It means in this cycle one of the stages must talk about the flower. So the seed germinates, grow into a young plant, a new plant, then the plant start to grow, continuously get bigger, develop to become an adult plant. Then the adult plant produces flowers. Then what's gonna happen after that? The flower makes fruit. But which part of the flower makes fruit? We will study in the other lessons, of course. But for now, you have to know that the flowers make fruit. Okay, the flowers make fruit. Then what is the function of this fruit? We all know that inside the orange, apple, and any other kinds of this fruit, it contains seeds. Right, inside this we have seeds. So by this way we will understand that it has covered the seed. What does it mean? It means the fruit protects the seed. It means one of the functions of the fruit is protecting the seed. What is the other function in the next step? Releasing the seed. The fruit releases the seed and spread it away to become a new plant in another place. Then this seed start to grow a new plant continuously. This cycle will keep happening over and over again. That's why we call this life cycle. It means that like a cycle continuously happen. And the flower is going to become fruit which contains seeds to become a new plant. That's it. This flower becomes fruit, and in this place we will understand that the fruit contains seeds to become a new plant. Then these are the parts of the flowers, guys. You have to know the name of all of them and their functions too. First of all, you have to know that we have stamen, which is the male part of the flower, and carpel, which is the female part of the flower. These two are very easy. Stamen, as you see the end of this, has been ended with men, means like the male part. By this way you can just recognize. Stamen means the male part, carpel the female part. And stamen made of two parts. One filament, this is just there to stuck in the anther. So what is anther? The main part of the male part, which makes a powder called pollen. This pollen is very important, guys. This pollen is very important. For the other lessons we need it too. And what about the female part? What are the parts of the female part? One ovary, this part is ovary, which contain tiny eggs. It has another name which is called ovule, but it's kind of hard. Just egg is simple and easy for you. It contains tiny eggs. What about the other part? Stigma, which is sticky to catch the pollen. Guys, pollen will be made by anther, make the pollen, and it will, when it moves, it will stick to stigma, because stigma is the sticky part of the flower which catch the pollen. The pollen will stick to the stigma. And what are the other parts of the flower? Sepals, the little green leaves that protect the flower bud. These parts, these little green leaves, they will protect the flower bud before opening, guys. It means when a flower makes, before opening, it has been covered by green leaves to protect from the insects or any other external effects. So this is going to protect it until it will be ready for opening. So this is sepal, that green leaves that it's protect the flower bud. What about petals, guys? This brightly colorful part, we call this petals. They are often brightly colorful to attract the insects, guys. Of course, when the flowers go for, when the insects visit the flowers, they will go for the brightly and colorful, or the flowers which have a wonderful scent, or maybe different. If it's not a good scent, it will go again, because we have different kind of insects. They like different kinds of scent or smell. So it means the flowers which have scent and colorful, they will be visited more by insects compared to the other kind of the flowers. So petals, the brightly colorful part to attract the insects, because it's colorful, it will attract the insects. And sepals, it's green leaves that protect the flower bud, it means before opening. Carpel, which is the female part, which is ovary, contain eggs. Here are the eggs, guys. It's not only 2, it might be like 6, 8, like more, but 2 is here just to see and understand. Then stigma, which is the sticky part, catch the pollen, the pollen will stick to these parts. And the stamen, which is the male part made of 2 parts, filament for stacking the anther. This yellow part is the anther, which makes a powder called pollen. And most of the flowering plants have flower with both male and female. But actually this is possible if a flower misses the male part. But you have to know that it is impossible to have a flower without the female part, without carpel. All the flowers must have the female part, but it's possible if the flower doesn't have the male part. So these are the parts of the flower. Again, these are the parts are their functions. So here, as you see, the petals, it's going to fall, you see, brightly and colorful. This is for attracting the insects. And the sepals, you see, guys, before opening, the green leaves protect the seed. After this, it's going to be open and the flower will be appear. We can see it. So these green leaves, you can see, we call this sepals. It means petals, the brightly colorful, sepals, the green leaves that protect the flower bud. What about the others? Let's go for the female part. We said ovule or eggs, the tiny eggs that inside the ovary. These are the eggs. Plus the ovary, it means eggs, plus the ovary. Here is all the ovary. You see, guys, the eggs. These are the eggs inside it. Plus the stigma. We call this, all of them together, we call this carpel, means the female part. So, and we go for anther. You see, guys, it's if you just focus on this, you see it's there's a powder over it. You can see it. It's like a powder on this. So we call this powder pollen. And the anther, we call, by the way, this part is anther. Anther plus filament, which is only for stacking the anther, this part. We call them together stamen, which we call this male part. Anther and filament together, we call this male part, stamen. So that was all the parts. And here is the parts of the flower with the names, everything. So, and as we said that all flowers have the female part, but not all the flowers have the male part. So that was the lesson, and today I'm just going to summarize it. Today we have learned this thing that flowering plants make flowers to reproduce, to make the new generation, and the life cycle of the flowering plant goes from seed, plant, flower, fruit, seed again, like this, the cycle will continue. And some plants are non-flowering, and like mosses, fern, and pine tree. Also, the flowers have many parts that work together to make the new seed. Of course, we need they will work together for make flower for making flower. Flower become for making fruit. The fruit has seed. The seed will release and make a new plant, which is the new generation. So that was today's lesson, and I hope you understood everything. If you have any questions, you can just write. I will be a pleasure to answer you. And alhamdulillah for this lesson, which we finished. Thank you. Best wishes.